Hi everyone, my name is Petia Kolibova, and today I'm super excited to share with you 5 steps for your inner strength. I don't know about you, but I believe that once we build the inner strength, everything on the outside also gets better. Because most of the time, what we are attempting to do, it's just change everything on the outside. And we are thinking that once we change the things that are on the outside, once we can or attempt to control the things that are out of our control, everything in our life will be better. However, most of the time, you cannot change what is going on the outside. You cannot change the traffic, the weather, the people. What you can really work on and change, it's you. And we start from the inside, because once you have the strength on the inside, everything else will just fall into the place, and you will be coming from a place of knowing, of place of peace and decisiveness and confidence and clarity, instead of just reacting on things that are outside of your control. That's why I believe that we start from inside, and everything else will just become easier. So the first step that I want to be sharing with you that truly changed everything for me was owning your morning. When I used to be working in a corporate work, and even when I started my own company, I would be sleeping with my phone. I would go sleep with my phone. I would be checking the emails and the messages the first thing in the morning. And I started to be reactive. I woke up, I rushed through my morning, I rushed through the work because I wanted to sleep as long as I could. Every minute counts, right? In the morning. So my morning owned me. And I'm a firm believer that once we own our morning, we own our day. And that's where it starts. One day at a time. When you can own your morning, you can own your day, and then you can own the rest of your life. So how do you own your morning? For my clients, I always suggest morning meditation. Morning meditation or affirmations, positive affirmations, to be declaring who you are even when you don't believe it yet. So what you can do in the morning, when you wake up right away, when you're starting to feel like waking up, before you start to think about a to-do list, I gotta do this, I should do that today, what you will do is just take a few deep breaths, keep your eyes closed, and really connect with your body and really connect with the gratitude. You can also do a guided meditations. I like listening to guided meditation or just calming music. And some days, what it really is just connecting with yourself and your breath. Just think about the 3 things that you are grateful for right away in the morning. Because when we're grateful for, we are focusing on what's working in our life instead of trying to fix right away in the morning the things that are not going our way. So owning your morning, starting with being grateful, starting to acknowledge what is working, and starting with really seeing what is and being grateful for what you have. That's how I start. And then I move and I do my breakfast and I journal and I read. So those are non-negotiable for me every single morning. It's a positive affirmations or meditation, journal, and reading. Because it's the first, let's say, 45 minutes up to an hour. It's when you truly are connected with yourself. And that's when you really can control on what is going on inside of you. You're more connected, you're more present, and you are not overwhelmed with everything going on in your environment. So owning your morning, having your morning routine that truly works for you. It can include exercise, it can include reading, journal. Ask yourself what would really bring you peace and clarity right away in the morning. I also love to be planning my day in the morning, but I write everything in a journal. No phones, no computers, no technology, nothing is allowed in my morning routine. So owning your morning, it's a first step to your inner strength. The second one is ask yourself, who do you listen to? I'm sure you heard it before. And we are the result of the 5 people that we hang around the most. Just think about it. If you are hanging out with positive people who are driven, who are ambitious, who want to conquer the world, well, you will feel inspired and motivated to do the same. If you will be hanging out with people who are just going through the motions, who are depressed, who are negative, who are not clear about who they are and what they want, well, you will just ease back and you will follow the lead and you will become like that. So the second step to inner strength is really look around you and see who you are hanging out with. Who are you listening to? And it doesn't have to be in person. I remember when I was working still in a corporate world, I would be listening to podcasts. I would be listening to audibles. I really wanted to brainwash myself in a good way. I didn't want any negative thoughts, people complaining, and people seeing just what is going on wrong with the world. I choose what I let in my closest environment, and sometimes our closest environment, it's really here. So ask yourself what people you're associated with and who are you listening to. And if you don't have yet supportive people, you can either just listen online things, audibles, podcasts, radio shows, TV shows, and really look up to the people that are where you would like to be and get yourself inspired. And if you love connecting with people in person, you can create your online groups and then meet in person. You can use meetups. That it's absolutely amazing tool to surround yourself with people who are aligned with what you believe and where you want to go. So that's the second step. Just think about who do you listen to. The third step, it's huge. It's nurturing yourself. It's truly about asking yourself honestly if how you're nurturing your mind and how you're nurturing your body is going to take you to the ultimate destination. I know it's all about the journey and being a present, and it's really important to know where you're heading. If you want to have the energy and the vitality to be impacting other people's life, if you want to have the energy to be with your loved ones and traveling the world, and even if you just want to be the best mom or best dad in this world, you got to see how you're nurturing your body and how you're nurturing your mind. I always ask myself, is this what I'm about to drink or eat or listen, consume with my mind, going to really help me to get where I want to be? So by nurturing your body, I always suggest a nutritional high density really food that it's going to support you. And it's about going back to the basics. It's about choosing the right supplements. It's about eating the whole foods that were kissed by the sun, and really going with the seasons. Like, for example, eating salads and strawberries in a winter, it's not very aligned with the seasons. So just really look into the seasonal eating. Like, for example, I'm super excited about like pumpkin season. When it comes winter, I'm making even more vegetable soups that are creamy and that are going to make me feel soothed, that are going to make me feel in tune with my body. And that's what it truly is, being in tune and your body, and know that there is not one cookie diet, cookie cutter diet. There is not one thing that will fit all. However, there are many steps and many people outside that can really support you in knowing what is the best for you. For example, Ayurveda, natural healing, or just knowing your blood type and go with that, because it's really going back to the basic, listening to your body. And then let's not forget about nurturing your mind, because your mind, your thoughts are truly creating your reality. You will get more of what you're focusing on in your life. So I love reading books. I love reading articles that are supporting me and aligning with my mission in my life. There is not one day that would pass that I'm not reading a book. So I always find a way how to nurture my body and how to nurture my mind every single day. And ask yourself, is this what I'm going to consume right now? Whether it is for your mind, whether it is for your body, is going to support me in my ultimate goals and dreams in my life. And then the fourth step of our 5 steps, it's really innovate yourself. Because it's only when we're growing, it's only when we feel the progress, it's when we are truly happy. Just think about it. Was there any time, anything in your life that you were thinking, oh, once I get there, I will be happy? Maybe it was a new relationship. Maybe it was an income. Maybe it was the dream job. Maybe it was a new car. Whatever it was, you thought that once you get there, you are going to feel amazing. And then you get there and you ask yourself, is this it? Really? But just remember how excited you were when you were starting, how excited you were about the journey, about the progress, when you could feel that you are working towards your goal. So, innovating yourself, meaning ask yourself every single day, how am I feeling? And what can I do today to be aligned with my highest values? Who I truly am, what do I value? And how can I become even better? How can I become even more passionate? How can I become even more patient? How can I spread my message with even more people? Innovation just means thinking outside of the box, being out of your comfort zone. Because trust me, I know it very well. Sometimes it's so much better to stay where you are because it's comfortable, it's known. However, sooner or later, you will really start being frustrated and you will start feeling sad. Because just think about the nature. Everything is growing. There is no comfort zone in nature. There is no stagnation. Stagnant water don't smell the best. It's, look at the river. It's flowing, it's moving, it's progressing, it's overcoming obstacles. So I want you to see this as this river. How can you innovate yourself? How you can improve who you are, knowing that you are more than enough. And there is always space to innovate yourself. And the last but not least step, it's take your time. Really take your time. Because in the past, and I learned that lesson the hard way, I was rushing. I was rushing through the life. I was rushing through my decisions. I was rushing and going. And I was thinking that when I will go the full speed, I will accomplish more. And the opposite, it's really true. It's really about owning who you are and being in tune with what is heck yes and what is heck no for you in your life. That really changed everything for me. Owning my values, owning who I am, owning what do I stand for, and take my time to really tap inside and see if I am deciding based on fear or based on love. And it really doesn't matter if you ask yourself this in your personal relationship, in your business. It's really about taking the time to know if you are deciding because you truly believe in something or because you're just afraid that people will judge you, that you're afraid that you're not enough. Maybe it's the imposter syndrome. And when you really take your time, when you really connect with who you truly are, it really changes everything. And really taking your time in knowing what you stand for. One of my really favorite exercises on discovering your values and letting it guide you in your business and in your life, it's really discovering what are your core values. So You can take a pen, you can take a paper, and we can do it right now. So you will take a big sheet of paper, and on one hand, on one side, you're going to write, "This is what I stand for." And on the other side of the sheet, you will write down, "This is what I don't stand for." So once you write that down, I want you to write 20 things that you stand for. And then you will write the opposite. It can be as simple, "I stand for love and I don't stand for hatred. I stand for loyalty and I don't stand for cheating. I stand for generosity. I don't stand for being cheap." So go and really ask yourself, what do you stand for? What truly matters to you? This is just you with you and this piece of paper. So once you write down the 20 things that you stand for and that you don't stand for, I want you to look at it. And now look at the things that you do stand for, and I want you to pick a 4. So it's going to be a 4 favorites. So let's say, for example, you stand for love, you stand for generosity, for loyalty, and for honesty. Really look at those 2 and say to yourself, what is a non-negotiable for you? What is something that you really can't be without on every single day? In my values, for me, it's generosity, loyalty, always learning. And those are something that I'm applying every single day in my business relationship, in my personal relationships, because if people don't align with your values, you are truly wasting your time to be trying pleasing people, to be trying helping people who are not part of your tribe. And I believe that taking the time to be responsive, not to be just reactive, it's really life-changing. So let's go over really quick those 5 steps again. The first one is own your morning. How you going to have your day in the morning, how you going to feel in the morning, it's truly going to dictate the rest of your day, and how you create your day, it's going to dictate your life. Unless you really become aware and conscious about how do you want to feel. The second is asking yourself, who do you listen to? What are the people that you're surrounded with? And if you're in an environment that you cannot go away, maybe it's your family, maybe it's your work environment, just listen to the people online. You can always listen to the podcasts, audibles, but really surround yourself and listen to the people who are where you want to be or are inspiring you to grow and to take the next step. The third one, it's nurture yourself. Is what you're going to consume really going to support you in your ultimate and long-term goals? What are you giving into your mind, and what are you giving to your body truly matters. Because if you want to have the clarity, the focus, the confidence, it all starts with nurturing yourself, nurturing your body, nurturing your mind with things that are going to make you feel better and not bitter. The fourth one, it's really about innovating yourself. Progress equals happiness. And it's truly about making sure that you are not stagnant. Ask yourself every single day, what can I do today to grow even more? Even more, because you are more than enough and there is always room for growth. And look at those things where you can be growing, when you can be innovating yourself. How can you grow today? What can you do that it's going to be out of your comfort zone and it's going to take you closer to where you truly want to be? And the fifth step is take your time. Take your time to really find who you are, what do you believe, what are your values, and tap into the feelings in heck no or heck yes. Because anytime when you're saying yes to something or someone, you are saying no to something or someone else. So I hope you found this really valuable, and I'm excited to see how the finding your values really help you clarify your core values. Thank you for watching.